I was leaving, I saw you guys pull up, and I don't evade.
Okay.
So I come up and address
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, we got it on video and stuff.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I get your name and badge number? We're just
For what?
documenting. This is Susan Bassi, and these are the Los Gatos police officers who were called to the home of an attorney who was being sued by his former client, and the process server was serving that lawsuit. The attorney had been ducking service for over 3 months, hiding in his home, and we're going to get to that a little bit later. But that police officer just asked me why I wanted to know her name and badge number, which shows we have a long way to go.
Yes. Hi, Justice Greenwood. How are you?
Very good.
I'm sorry, were you castigating me for some reason?
I think your firm. I actually just pulled some loans from your firm on the Los Gatos Party Mom's house. That was pretty interesting. I didn't know that Hogue Fenton was giving out loans on properties. Thought you were a law firm.
Sorry, you misunderstand what occurred.
Oh, I don't think so. I have the documents. So we let them speak for themselves.
Hogue Fenton is a controversial big law firm in Silicon Valley, and they are the subject of this lawsuit that was filed by a former client alleging that the firm engaged in malpractice, was negligent, and other claims. And when somebody is harmed by their lawyer, or their lawyer steals from them or doesn't do their job, their only remedy is to hire another lawyer and go back to court, because the state bar that is in charge of licensing attorneys and disciplining them, much like internal affairs does for police, is basically useless when it comes to protecting the public, and they've admitted to being corrupt. Also in this lawsuit is an attorney by the name of Fred Gerbino, who has been evading service for several months, and several process servers who tried to get him at his office in Campbell and at his home in Los Gatos failed. And so the clients called in Mark the process server to get the job done.
Okay, if you're listening in the video here, we have a lovely dog. Dogs are very informative to process servers. Usually when they're inside the house, if you keep knocking on the door, the dog will keep coming up and barking. And if you can look through the window, you'll see if the dog backs up and looks down the hall or looks up the stairs or whatever it is that they might do. Like right now, the dog is disappearing would tell me that someone might be home. And that leaves me the reason to stay longer, because if the dog goes away, they don't just do it on their own.
Even if we're standing here long enough?
Yes.
So you think that car could have been somebody coming home?
Could be.
Let's go down the street. For over 5 hours, we watched Mark the process server doing his job trying to serve these legal documents, because no lawsuit can formally begin until those documents are served. And Mark teaches us a great deal, and this time he was teaching us about dogs, unlike how police officers teach us about dogs.
I'll make a better statement. This would be the highest rate of incident in the whole county for dogs off leash or dogs in general.
Hey, do you know that
I
had a process server in Santa Clara County serve on an attorney last week, and she unleashed her dog and said sick him, and they said sick him, and had the process server chased by a vicious dog. And you know what they told him? Wait till Monday and call animal control.
Okay. Awesome.
So I'm just wondering, when you're talking about dog complaints, I happen to be working on that. And I happen to be an investigative reporter, and I fact check. And
And what was your name again?
I told you, I don't need to give you my name. Why is that funny to you? You know I don't need to identify to you.
I can smile whenever I want.
Well, it's not just a smile, officer. It was a little snarky.
That's
Yeah,
your interpretation of what...
Every profession has laws and rules they're supposed to go by, and then there's the laws and rules they actually go by. That includes police officers who may ask us our name when they don't really need it and might be aiming to retaliate against our records requests or our recording in public. Or it might mean an attorney who's avoiding service, an attorney who relies on the legal process and the serving of court documents for their profession, avoiding service of a lawsuit they know has been filed against them. And there's only one reason that a lawyer would want to avoid service of a lawsuit they know is coming. And lawyers can not only evade service, but they might deny being served as well.
Okay, one of the tools we can use to prove that someone was served when they say they weren't in a place that we found them is in your phone. We go to our GPS on the maps. So I go to map, you go on your little picture there, up in the upper right corner, there's this thing called timeline. And after loading, you can see everywhere I've been today. You can also go back dates, yesterday, day before. Today I started up in Lake County in Clear Lake Oaks, and now I'm down here in South Bay in beautiful Los Gatos. But one of the easiest ways to prove that somebody is where they are is the fact that almost everybody carries their phone with them everywhere, and that way you can trace where they've been and what time they've been there.
Every profession has individuals who make mistakes. Sometimes those mistakes are innocent and harmless, and sometimes they're done willfully and with malice. If a journalist willfully creates misinformation, they can be sued for defamation. If a process server does their job with malice, they could lose their license. But when it comes to police officers and attorneys, that's a little more fuzzy. Santa Clara County Sheriff Deputy Abraham Torres, who makes over $452,000 a year in pay and benefits, has filed a declaration in court with the assistance of the Santa Clara County government attorneys. And that declaration had a number of false statements that appeared willful and done with malice, not an accident. And this is how Mark is handling that declaration, because the statements were made about him and me. They're trying to say that we were there on the Sunday, September 1st.
Right, about what time?
He served in the afternoon. They didn't say a time. He just...
Let's see, in the afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
I was driving 9.5 miles for 14 minutes, and then I went to do a serve in Oakland on 34th Avenue.
At what time?
It says here 3:01 to 3:26, so I had to wait around.
In the afternoon?
Yes, and try and serve someone. Then I was driving, then I went to a Starbucks in Fairfield. Then I was driving, and then I went to the Toyota Amphitheater in Wheatland, which is way away from Santa Cruz. We went to see Creed that night.
You went to see Creed?
Mm-hmm.
The movie?
No, the band.
Oh, the band. Wait.
Funny you said Creed, the band.
Is that the shirt you got?
That's the shirt I bought that night at the show.
When Abraham Torres said that you were setting off car alarms, sneaking around fences, and
it said it was, in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
I was buying this T-shirt at a Creed concert with 3 doors down, and it was somebody else, not the guy at the bottom. The opener didn't show up. But I was nowhere near Santa Cruz that day, and I can show with my phone, which is with me almost like 99% of the time, where I was all day during September 1st. And I was nowhere near Santa Cruz, California.
So in court, evidence is considered based on a witness's testimony. And the witness's credibility is important about that evidence, meaning the judge will consider it if the person is credible. So when a police officer testifies with a badge and a gun, they're going to be more credible than even you with your badge and all your evidence.
Police officers and fire department officials are a step above me. I am what is considered a court officer. I am licensed, I am bonded. I have an official title of registered process server in the state of California. However, I can serve anywhere in the country, and I have served in Guam.
So when a police officer says that you did something at a certain time, then we have to work twice as hard to prove that the police officer is not credible.
Right. If they're lying in court or they're lying in their declaration or affidavit, we would then have to go and get the evidence as here in the phone. And
the T-shirt. Show the T-shirt again. You're wearing your evidence. You bought that on Sunday, September 1st.
Yes.
And where was the concert held?
Wheatland, California. That's northwest of Sacramento, I believe.
By about how much time?
Probably about 35, 40 minutes.
And that's how far from Santa Cruz?
3 hours? 4? Why don't you Google that? See, from Wheatland to Santa Cruz.
Okay. 3 hours, 186 miles.
3 hours. So you were at a concert starting at what time?
We got there probably about, here, let's be exact. Okay, so we got there at 5:41 p.m. and we were there till 10:11 p.m.
And we have a vehicle turning. Based on the evidence in your phone of where you were on September 1st, were you with me at any time on Sunday, September 1st?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, now what we went through in the previous video, the Oakland residence, it wasn't a serve, it was my buddy's house. I just know his house. I didn't know the number on the street. So I drove to Oakland to pick up my buddy to go to Wheatland.
Okay, so you drove from Sonoma to Oakland.
Petaluma to Oakland to Wheatland.
Okay. And did you see me at all on Sunday, September 1st?
Nope.
So if a police officer with a badge and a gun and formal training who has testified in court and who is making $500,000 a year offers a declaration under penalty of perjury offered by Santa Clara County Council, and they say that you and I were together on September 1st, what is the evidence to prove that his statement was not only false, but was perjury because it was signed under penalty of perjury? What evidence would you offer up in court?
I would offer my phone, and if need be, I can get a declaration from the fella I went to the concert with.
And you just showed your shirt.
Right.
So how did you buy the shirt? With cash?
Yes, but I have pictures from the show in my phone.
Show me those. And those are also time and date stamped as well. Correct?
Yes. So there's me with my buddy's kids. I said I was in Oakland. I was meeting Noel, his little one, just born.
We probably won't show those. Okay. Wait, let me restart.
Amphitheater in Wheatland, California. You can see Creed was on the bill. Bought a shirt for the gal at the mail store for her husband. And there's me and my buddy driving out there to Wheatland. So
and what is that social media platform?
That one there is Facebook.
So you posted on Facebook. So when Deputy Torres made the statement about you, he made the statement. Did he ever call you?
No.
Did he ever email you?
No.
And
never wrote me, never emailed me, never called me. He just put in a declaration stating that I was doing things I wasn't doing, to which I am now, with the help of an attorney, going to make a complaint letter, and probably next week I'm going to go down to the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office into the IA affairs and form a complaint because this man shouldn't be writing reports for people's cases if he can't get the facts right.
And up next is our video of Mark the Process Server successfully serving an attorney in Los Gatos, California, an attorney who tried to duck service for over 3 months.
Do it. Feel the hood.
And up next, we'll show you how the Los Gatos police came to call at that attorney's house while he was being served with a lawsuit.